Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of Studio Rumble. I'm your host for today, Gabby Rainbow Pie Gibson. Studio Rumble, for those of you who are just tuning in, it's a self-run organization for building up some camaraderie between gaming companies and the industry, playing various games. This current season, we are playing Overwatch, and today's game is going to be between Homtanks Notice Us and The Sims 6. So these two teams, they aren't official company teams. This isn't, any kind of super competitive sort of thing, best of the best. It's just people coming together from the gaming industry, from their various representative companies, and playing, having fun. Especially in this is a dirty casual game. Homtanks Notice Us is a bunch of people coming to us from Blizzard, so thanks, big shout out for making Overwatch, letting us have this game in the first place, really appreciate it. And The Sims 6 come to us from Maxis. So right now, currently sitting in the lobby waiting for both teams to fill out the rosters before we get into this. This week's match is the second week of the preseason, and it's currently being played on Ilios. Ilios is a 3-part King of the Hill type map, so you don't get the asymmetric mechanics that you will on the attack defense that happens in a lot of the Overwatch maps, but still, it's a lot of fun. It's 3 different parts. There's the wells, which is fighting over a courtyard with a well in the middle. Really fun because you have that insta-death falling into the well. There's a lot of corners and lots of ways to navigate around for lots of skirmishy action. That's one of the things I really like about King of the Hill in general is the format tends to favor more skirmishy types engages. You're not just waiting to build up the ults and then push through and be either on the cart or off the cart. It's trying to fight over control of that. You're pushing back and forth against each other, making sure that, get those flankers in, get people off the point, get control of the point. So then next, we have the Lighthouse, which is, I think, particularly interesting because unlike most King of the Hill maps where you are purely pushing back and forth, the control point is off to the side of those main fighting lanes. So once you get pushed into that beautiful scenic view there next to the lighthouse, you either have to look forward or look off to the side for the control point, and even the control point has lots of closed off areas. There's some good drop-in points for some great Reaper ultimates, lots of good fighting. It's great for flankers too because you have all of those different routes around, that are far from the control point. So once a team can get stationed up on here, you can have your flankers go in, easily get around to, attack that control point from multiple perspectives. Then the last of the perspective matches that we could be playing on today is the Ruins. The Ruins fitting into that more traditional King of the Hill style, control point right in the middle, both teams running straight at it. But the thing that's really interesting about this one is the control point is depressed into the ground. So things that can lob stuff into there, so stuff like Fruferas, your Junkrats, also work really well with being able to put stuff into the point. Another one of my personal favorites is Zarya, because it is that... Zarya really works well whenever you have any of those confined spaces. People can't just run around her ultimate, but instead it's like drop one in there, boom, the whole team comes together, have some kind of wombo combo follow-up. Feels really good. It's really fun to watch too, especially when you can start getting 3 or 4 kills going down all at once. So those are the 3 areas we could be looking to play at. The format for this, it is effectively a best of 1 in this best of 3 of the King of the Hill. So whoever takes the one match gets the point in this preseason. Whether it's 2-0, 2-1, we just play for those 2 wins to see who the victor is. We don't have any of the complicated rules that can come into play during payload or attack defense maps. So one thing I have seen fairly commonly throughout a lot of these Ilios maps is a lot of Roadhog play. Seems to be getting a lot of popularity, and I can definitely understand why. He's got a lot of tank. He's really good with working with a number of different other people in the teams, and that hook that he has, compels someone can isolate it out, and especially if you have that coordination, focus that person down, turn it from a 6v6 into a 5v6, as well as he has a lot of the self-sustain, decent damage with that shotgun-like effect. He's really good at shredding other tanks. All right, enough rambling about various champions. We are entering into the game. Homtanks Notice Us versus the Sim 6 on Ilios. So let's see, first round, we are going to be playing on the well. So both teams having a nice run in up to the point where they'll be fighting. So both teams finishing out. So on each of the teams, on Homtanks Notice Us, we have Ouroboros on Undecided, Rabos still undecided, Schnitzer on Mercy, Miner on Tracer, Veritas on Farah, Lazy Chi on Reinhardt, and on the other side we have Pancake on Diva, Chibutski on Farah, Ghost Dirks on Soldier 76, Minty Butt on Lucio, Darkana on May, and Royd on Roadhog. So both teams running out with one support, one tank, or two tanks, excuse me. So see how well that front line can push through. Both teams pushing out onto the point. Ghost Dirks is Soldier 76 moving into flank, but he finds up with the Tracer. Red team first to get onto the point. The Reinhardt comes in but doesn't have anyone behind the rectangle. The rectangle is just taking some damage for nothing. Pancake going in getting a little bit of harass down. Defense Matrix stops it out. Paul comes in onto the Reinhardt, but the wall comes back up. But a little bit of fighting onto the side means that the Fair and Roadhog do end up going down. Starting to tick over to blue. Ghost Dirks and Pancake trying to hold the point a little bit, but there's only so much that they can do. Reinhardt's back on the point, and Blue has managed to take in control. Good pushing onto the side from Miner on Tracer, taking on the main and the Soldier 76. Blue has pretty much solidified their control onto the point. Roadhog coming up forward all alone, though. This takes a little bit of harass for his trouble. Miner coming in, gets the stick, gets the finish from Zarya. Back to a 5v6 over the point. Fair getting some harass down onto the side. Miner moving forward to push that back off. Gets the Farah. And continues to skirmish with the Soldier 76 Lucio. May also on the side, but not quite engaging in that fight yet. Looks like there's a lot of fighting happening over here onto the left. Miner dashing around pretty effectively, able to keep most of the red team busy before they can get up onto the point. However, they do eventually get there, but they aren't able to get much taken on because blue team is just sticking around. Reinhardt slams through, gets a lot. Lucio doesn't really get much out of the way of his ultimate. Reinhardt's going to be smacking him around, backs away.
My ultimate is ready.
Lots of action here in this one. Oh, McCree lands onto Zarya. Doesn't manage to get the kill, though. Good snipe from Hanzo finishes off the McCree. Wall stopping off the rest of the team, which means Diva's all alone. Gets pushed off into the edge. Zarya ultimate just getting the Roadhog. Reinhardt tries to go in for the slam. Doesn't manage to get it. Ghost Dirks with the sight going in. Gets the Mercy. Reinhardt coming back to try and deal with that. Right now is just able to hold the point. Trying to slam in but misses. Roadhog get the pull onto the shield, which means it doesn't land. Ultimate coming in from Reinhardt. Just gets the Lucio down, but that just means he's going to help pull it off. There are 4 or 5 people on the point for red side. Not quite able to get the cap. Diva ult going into the back line, but it's just too much into the corner. Doesn't pick up anyone. Grabs the ult back up, but that push off is just enough so that red team's starting to tick up with 99% for blue. Darkana trying to get a little bit of a freeze. Oh, Hanzo taking out the Mei. Good shots with the 30% power boost. Oh, Lucio ults to try and get blue team pushed off. Pull. Oh, dropping the Zarya right into the pit. Beautifully played. Lucio tries to go for the knockoff onto the Reinhardt. Doesn't quite get it. And Red manages to hold the point for now. With a solid defense. Reinhardt having to back out. The rest of his team having gone down. Pharah coming in to back up the rectangle.
Join me.
Clearing the area.
So I'd like to see, especially since we have the Hanzo ultimate, maybe once the Zarya comes up, they can use that to retake the point. Mercy's ult also up, so as long as she isn't taken down. Oh, she takes some hits from McCree, but bounces up to the Pharah. Oh, skirmishing all happening around on the back line. Sorry, almost up, but Soldier 76 pops his. Fortunately, there's a rectangle for most of the blue side to hide behind. Bringing just back up the Pharah, but the Pharah is still a decent chunk of damage, especially with her ultimate. Lucio ult drops beat.
We almost got this.
Zarya again pulled into the pit, but her ultimate is ready, so they'll have one last push. McCree manages to find 3. Hanzo, Tracer, and Pharah all taken down by the high noon. So blue side may have one last push. It's currently ticking up 95%. Whoever can get this last control is going to get the point. There's still 3 coming in. Fire at will coming in. None of the big follow-ups from Mercy, or from, oh no, Pharah getting the long range. Not able to do quite a lot, but follow up with the Reinhardt ult also is going to give them just enough damage. 4 are down for the red side. 5 are down. It's just the Soldier 76 up doing what he can. We're curtained to overtime. Both teams at 99%. Ghostrik's doing what he can to hold, but he's gone down, and it looks like the red team is just too far away to get up in time. Hanzo ult prevents the Mei from coming in. And round 1 will be taken by Homtanks. Notice us. So round 2, we're moving over to the ruins. Once again, we've got this nice, beautiful cliff. We got some potential for knockups. We got lots of little nooks and crannies, little pillars to hide behind for all of this fighting. Both teams seem to be remaining pretty much the same. And both teams are coming out. Looks like Reinhardt's running off. Blue side seems to be running out to the left. Potentially, we'll see what kind of flanking comes in. Soldier and Roadhog coming in where Tracer is going to be. So she has to back out of there. Now, control point doesn't unlock for 10 more seconds, so teams will just be trading some blows. Although, red team pushing up pretty far forward. Reinhardt on the side, doesn't have anyone behind him though. Currently just some damage being traded. Mei's taken down, taken out by Hanzo. Good shots. Really early ultimate by Pharah. Takes out the Diva. She gets pulled down. Doesn't quite get kicked out though. And it looks like blue team yet again will take the point to begin with. Reinhardt getting poked out by the Soldier 76. Oh, he's having some trouble with mechanics. Oh, he gets bopped out, falling to his death. Good job on the concussive blast, Pharah. So, Hanzo trying to get some shots off. Pharah also trying to land some poke in. Right side seems to have gotten a little bit scattered. 3 taken out. Pretty quick succession. Means this push is going to fall flat on its face. Roadhog running into 4 people. That just doesn't work for you. Alright, so red team is going to have to regroup. They don't have much of the ultimates right now, but they're probably going to have to wait for that Lucio to come in, push in with that, especially since we got 3 ultimates up for the blue side. Both that Hanzo Dragon and Pharah Justice has quite a bit of crowd control potential, so that's going to be difficult to push through. Lucio, fortunately, really good at preventing a lot of that. Hook shot out misses. Dragon coming through down the mid lane, but red team just getting off to the side saying, we don't want to deal with that. Hook attempted again, doesn't land. Diva trying to push in, starting to get some harass down, but she's just finding herself on the brutal end of that stick. Gets taken out. Lucio ultimate coming in, but then knocked right down from the Reinhardt. Lucio taken out. Rocket barrage onto the couple of red. Farrah coming, or excuse me, Tracer coming from the side, managing to get that finished off. 3 down for red team. Another push defeated. Kree off to the side, getting taken out by the Reinhardt, smashed into the ground. Let's see, blue team starting to get pretty cocky here. They are, well, I guess for good reason. 98% means they can push out, prevent them coming in. And a decisive 2-0. Homtanks notice us, take the series. Play the game brought to you by Veritas as Fira. On the well.
Justice.
Good ult into the Zarya. Zarya just does so much for those wombo combo ultimates like Farah's. Oh, good follow up onto the McCree as well. Well played.
Epic. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, red team knows who they appreciate. Congratulations, Mitty Butt. You might have lost, but you are still epic. Well, thank you for tuning in. This has been a Studio Rumble broadcast of Homtanks Notice Us versus The Sims 6. GG. And